Spiritual reading and journaling are two classic Christian disciplines that many people have found helpful through the years. And so during this semester, you're going to have the opportunity to engage in both of those practices and see if there's something that might be helpful for you to continue even after the course is done. You have as one of your textbooks Foster and Griffin's Spiritual Classics, which is an anthology of over 50 classic spiritual texts, just excerpts from them. And I have to tell you, that book, and there's a companion volume, Devotional Classics by Foster and Smith, these volumes are worth their weight in gold. Not only do they have these brief excerpts of classic Christian texts, but they have annotated bibliographies for each entry. And you will find those to be incredibly helpful when you come across an author whose writings are helpful to you. And while every author in the anthology may not connect with you, I think you will find that many of them will. So this semester, the way we'll use the Spiritual Classics anthology is that each week you'll be assigned a particular section of the book. And in each of those sections, there are 4 different readings, and you're actually invited to select 2 of the 4. You don't have to read all 4, although if you want to, you can. But for this course, you can be asked to read 2 of those readings, 2 of your choice, and then you're going to journal on one of them. And for the journaling, if you're not a journaler, don't get nervous. You don't have to do really long journal entries, but I do want you to have the experience of journaling. And so for the journaling part of the assignment, what you'll do for each week that there's a journal entry due is that you'll select one of those 2 readings that you did for the week, and you will provide a response to it. So I'm not looking for you to summarize the reading. I'm not looking for you to preach about the reading. What you're to do is to give actual personal response. And if you look in your syllabus, there are some guideline questions to help you with what I mean by personal response. But basically what I mean is for you to reflect on the reading with what about the reading did you really connect with and find helpful, or maybe even what did you not find helpful and what did you find yourself resisting and why. Maybe there's a spiritual practice that's kind of implicit in a particular reading that you feel yourself drawn to or interested in. Some kind of personal connection between the reading and your own lived experience. Not just what you think about the reading, but some kind of connection with your own lived Christian walk. So again, what you'll do is at the top, if you look in the syllabus, there are details in this, but at the top of each one of these journal submissions, you're going to list things. You'll have a header that'll have your name, the date that you do the entry, list for me the 2 readings that you did, and then indicate the one reading that you did that is the one you're going to journal on, so that I know what you're responding to. And then write your journal entry. It should be about 300 words, 350 words, about a page-ish. It should not be longer than 400 words. If it's longer than that, I'm probably not going to keep reading it. I have a lot of these to read, and while I highly value what you have to say, I do need you to stay in the word limit, so it should be about 350 words in length. And then you should close each journal entry with a brief written prayer. And I do know that for some of us, written prayer is really odd. It's not part of our faith tradition. We're not used to it. But I'd like you to have a little bit of experience with writing prayers. So just a brief prayer of response to the journal entry. After you've read the spiritual reading, you've written a bit about what you think about it, just take a moment to write a brief prayer to the Lord, what you'd like to say to God about what you read, what it got you thinking about. And so you'll close each entry with a prayer. I want you to know that I read your journal entries. Only I can see them. I read your journal entries very carefully. I handle them as though they are holy material, because I know some of you are going to be sharing with me some personal things. And so you don't have to share any more deeply or more personally than you want to, but I do want to provide you that opportunity. And for each journal entry, I will be providing you feedback. So you should plan, each week I will send out an email to the class when I've finished reviewing your journal entries. And when you get that email, you should plan to go and take a look at my feedback. It's a way for you and I to dialogue during the semester about what you're reading and learning and discovering. And I look forward to getting to know you that way. So I hope you really engage in both the spiritual readings and the journaling. And we'll see how those practices are for you this semester. I hope and pray that it'll be a good experience for you.